Hello and welcome to Whitefield, folks. My apologies. I thought I had started the live stream. Man, I really need some glasses. Anyway, here in the bottom half of the second. Score, nothing, 0-0. And the Wolfpack at home on a gloomy Friday, playing the Mt Vernon Mustangs in a region game. Once again, my apologies, but we are here now. And a bunt attempt.
For Jake Arispe.
Jake Arispe, the second baseman, stands in and is set. Arispe takes strike one. The Wolfpack, 7-5, 3-1 in region play. On the other side, the visitors in gray, Mt Vernon, coming to town from Atlanta, Buckhead to be exact. 4-5 overall, 3-1 in region play. Both teams on a winning streak, 2-0 last week, trying to start this matchup on a winning note. Who wants it more? That's the question. Arispe, 0-2. The man on the mound is Hampton Hudson. Throw down to second. Not in time. It was close, but time called. Holland over at second, having to tie his shoe as it came undone. And a word of advice for Will Holland: put some OxyClean on that jersey. 0-2, one down. Arispe stands in. That one into shallow right. The catch made. And then the throw over to second. Holland thought it might have dropped, and he was already on his way. And he had no time to make it back into second because he would have had to tag up because the catch was made. Anyway, that'll end the inning. We head to the top half of the third. The score, 0-0. Where the Mustangs get their third opportunity. Who will strike first? As we were not live prior to this moment, once again, apologies on my half, but let's run through a couple of the defensive alignments for the Wolfpack. Left field, you have number 24, Taylor Craig. In center, number 7, Wyman Shaheen. In and right, number 12, John Durden. If we roll across the diamond from the inside, third baseman, the man who needs to do some laundry, number 10, Will Holland. Playing short, number 6, Nate Jones. At second, number 4, Jake Arispe. At first, 27, Thomas Figueretti. And the man on the mound, number 11, Peyton Robidoux. Catching in company with Robidoux, number 17, Ryan McClellan. Robidoux, we call him the robber. His goal is to rob you on the mound by throwing strikes and throwing well-rounded, good-placed pitches in the zone so that his backup boys or defense can make plays to get the outs. The junior arm, talented. He enjoys throwing the high heat. He also has a slider and a change in his back. He has played well. He has robbed Mt Vernon. The cops haven't caught him. And the backup boys, the defense, have helped him out.
Leading off the top of the third for the Mustangs, number 11, Nate Thomas.
Nate Thomas and the Mustangs back up to the top of their order here to start the top half of the third. Thomas in the first struck out. He was the first batter Robidoux faced. That pitch low in the dirt for ball one. And that one clipped him as he heads to first base.
Next up for the Mustangs, number 22, Landon Bryce.
Landon Bryce in the first got hit and was able to get to second, but was stranded there. See what he can do here in the third. And throw over to first, not in time. Thomas safe. He's in the same boat as Will Holland. The pitch. Throw over to first. Can he get him? No, it was close, but not in time. Back over to first. Not in time. Robidoux seems a bit eager to get the man out. He did hit him. That's why he stands at first. And a bunt attempt once again back down and not successful. Landon Bryce down 0-2. Nobody out. Holland on the edge of the grass. The bunt attempt. He went. Runner down to second. Slides in safely. So Bryce goes down swinging, but Thomas, the man in scoring position, as number 3, the shortstop, Hudson Forrest, stands in. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Had some spin at it. Spin on it, I should say. Towards the end. Forrest in the first, grounded out to the third baseman. Now he's got a man aboard, in scoring position. If he could put one in play, find the grass, the Mustangs could strike first. But right there, there's a strike. Forrest, 0-2, chopping at some wood. And time called for the man in the box. Oh and 2, one down. Thomas stands at second. Robidoux steps off the mound. That one low in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. He brought the axe down on that one, chopped through the wood fully.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 16, Will Flowers.
Back-to-back Ks, and now Will Flowers, the first baseman, stands in the first, grounded out to third base. Once again, the man at second, Nate Thomas. The question is, can the man up to bat capitalize? Can he get one past the infield? Swing and a miss. Strike one. Peyton Robidoux robbing people here and now. He is feeling it out there on the bump. Having success. That one low. Good stop by McClellan. Robidoux, when he's able to get himself ahead in the count, he's able to have uber success. But then also on the other side of the spectrum, we've seen him, struggle, and what I mean by that is you're behind in the count and, he's hit a couple of batters or, initiated a couple of walks. That one, is it fair? Yes, it is. Right fielder John Durden having to leave his hat. It falls off with too much hair on his head. He's got to throw it in. And boy, oh boy, Mount Vernon and the Mustangs strike first. Nate Thomas from second comes home. It's 1-0.
Number 9, Hampton Hudson.
And Will Flowers, the man who erupts and starts things here in the top half of the third for the Stangs. He had a shot down the first base line that just stayed fair. That one popped up. Who wants it? Durden. He tried to make a play on it. Had to run a long distance. Wasn't able to get there. We'll get set to do it all over again. It is Hampton Hudson, the pitcher. The second time we get to see a little pitching duel, but on the offensive side of things, we'll really find out which pitcher can hit off the other. That one a bit low, 1-1. Flowers, short lead at second. He stands there after the fair shot into right field. 2 down though, and a swing and a miss. Hampton Hudson wishes he could have that one back. Ken Robidoux, strikeout Hudson for the second time. That one clips the outside corner. 2-2. Count now level. Scoreboard reads deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Why not throw a man at second? That one fouled off. Get set to do it again. That one high. Fly ball. Who wants it? Will Holland says he's got it. He does. The third out. But the Mustangs strike first in the top half of the third. The man that came across was Nate Thomas after Will Flowers' fair shot into right field. It's 1-0 Mustangs. We head to the bottom half of the third with the Wolfpack. They've had some promising looks, some opportunities to put any ball players across home. Could it happen now? Could it happen later? We want it to happen now. We'll find out in just a moment. And due to the conditions and the rain that fell earlier, and it's still very cloudy, we're approaching darkness, still wet. And so head coach Mike Shaheen and assistant Tim Turner trying to fix a couple of things up. Just so things are playable at the end of the day. Adding some dirt to home plate, added some on the mound.
Leading off for the Wolfpack, number 12, John Durden.
The sophomore John Durden, the 9-hole hitter. He hops in a plane from LAX just to be here on this gloomy Friday afternoon. That one sent straight to the shortstop on the ground. The throw over to first in time, complete, and one down.
Now batting for Whitefield, number 7, Wyman Shaheen.
The Wolfpack now back up to the top of the order. Wyman Shaheen, his second at-bat. In the first, he had a shot into left field. Was able to weigh that one low and in dirt. He was able to make his way around the bases to third and was heading home, but then there was one offensive player, I believe it was Wesley Calloway, who grounded out to the third baseman. Third baseman, the bases were loaded at that point in time, threw the lead runner out, which was Shaheen coming home, so no run came across. And then they threw it over to first. Callaway, no disrespect, but not one of the speedsters on the team. He got out, and that's where we were at that point in time. But anyway, Shaheen, we know he can get on base and have success. Now on a strike, it appears low, but nonetheless 2-1. Shaheen trying to ask for some explanation. He was in shock with that call. Same place, same result. From 2-0 to 2-2. Hudson working himself back in the count. The man on deck, Nate Jones. That one hits the backstop and the fence, but he stays alive. 2-2, one down for the senior, number 7. And that one clipped him in the hand. He turns on the Jets over at first.
Now batting for Whitefield, number 6, Nate Jones.
That's Hudson's first hit batter of the afternoon. Nate Jones, he stands in. He walked in the first and eventually got himself to third, but was stranded. That one in there for strike one. The Jalen Brown enthusiast, number 7, Wyman Shaheen, the Boston Celtics fan, stands over at first base. Hudson set. Here's the pitch. Nate Jones showing his emotions from his face. Oh, and 2. And that one a bit low. 1-2. The man on deck is Ryan McClellan. And did he foul it off? He did. It just got the end of the bat. One and 2, one down. The man at first, Wyman Shaheen. Shaheen, he is known as the speedster. If he's able to get on base, which he is, watch out for him to try to advance 90 feet. He now slides into first as the throw goes over, but slides back in safely and in time. Throws one of his batting gloves away. So now has the one glove look on his hands. That one fouled off. Might have clipped Nate Jones in the back of the foot. He's trying to shake it off. 1-2, the count remains. In the bottom half of the third we are, Mount Vernon. leads it 1-0. Wolfpack trying to even it up or take the lead. And there's a pitching mound meeting the entire infield. Meets with Hampton Hudson, as well as Jeremy Beckham said a couple of words to his main man on the mound. But now the meeting disperses. Everyone's back to their positions, and we're ready to rock and roll. 1-2 count, one down. Jones in the box. And Shaheen off at first. That one, a chance for two. There's one. And they'll only get one. So there's the second out of the inning.
Batting for the Wolfpack, number 17, Ryan McClellan.
So Jones, stands at first after he hit a grounder to the third baseman. Out one low and in the dirt, McClellan, good eye. McClellan in the first, he walked, but then once again was stranded at second when all is said and done. And there's a strike on the inside. 1-1. Runner on the move. That's a pop-up. Who wants it? Catcher says he's got it. He does. Makes the catch. And the third inning is all tied up and over with. Mount Vernon with a 1-0 lead. They get set in the top half of the fourth. We'll see if they continue their offensive presence well, or if Peyton Robidoux and company can shut them down.
Off the fourth inning for the Mustangs, number 15,
Harris Merriweather. Wonder if he knows Floyd and boxing. But right now on the baseball diamond and gets set to hit. We get set to start the top half of the fourth with Merriweather. The Mustangs with a 1-0 lead. Robidoux to start the fourth. Throws a ball. Merriweather in the second, he walked. And good pitch right there. Inside, well placed. That's exactly where Robidoux wanted. And he connected on all cylinders. Count now level. Same place, same result. If I'm Robidoux, I go right back to the same place. Back-to-back great pitches. Why not a third? Try to fit it right in there and send him back to the dug. That one off the end of the bat. Can Arispe get there? He's got it. One down.
Next up for Mount Vernon, number 6, Alec Fallbush.
Alec Fallbush. He had a shot into shallow right field and got a double off of it in the second. But that's it. Nothing else. Falling for Fallbush here. See what he can do at this at bat. That one off the end of the bat and foul. 1-1. Out one low and in the dirt, 2-1 to count for Fallbush. He falls ahead. One down, nobody on. They count now level. From 2-1 to 2-2. Fallbush. He's set. Robidoux gets the sign. He awaits. The leg lifted, the throw. Fouled off. We'll get set to do it again. The weather still gloomy, but the rain has stopped. It stopped for a little while now. But the clouds, as gray as they will ever get. No sun. Darkness approaching. That one inside. 3-2. The count now full for Fallbush. The man on deck in the circle. Bobby Bostic. Out one. Foul and out of play. Can Robidoux ring him up? Here we go, the pitch. Fouled off. He lives another day. Even on this gloomy Friday afternoon in your start to your weekend. That one fouled off. No one giving in. But anyway, on the gloomy Friday afternoon, still a good showing. As many Whitefield parents are here to support. A couple of parents and students have actually traveled to Whitefield from Mount Vernon. Good to see. That one fouled off. Man, oh man. No one giving in. Who wants it more? Will Rabidou rob the man at the plate? And he does! The cop's not called yet.
Up next for Mount Vernon, number 44, Bobby Bastek.
Man, that one was a long at bat. But Fallbush finally falls to Robidoux. The man now who stands in, number 14, the second baseman, Bobby Bastek. He struck out in the second. We'll see what Robidoux can do here. Out one fouled off. Count now 1-1 with 2 down. And nobody aboard here in the top half of the fourth. The Mustangs, though, have a 1-0 lead. Trying to maintain it. What would be ideal for them is to add on to it. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Throwing the high cheese. Robidoux, not a fan. Thought he had it right there. Nonetheless, 2-2 the count, 2 down. If you're the Wolfpack and Robidoux, you want to finish him off right here, right now. That one sent into high center field. Center fielder tracking it. Wyman Shaheen, he's got it. And that'll end the top half of the fourth. We head to the bottom half where the Wolfpack look to get the bats rolling. They've had a couple of base runners and opportunities, just have not been able to capitalize. Capitalize is the key. Hampton Hudson, the man on the mound. 3-3. Scoreboard reads 0 for the home squad. Overall has done great things. 2 strikeouts recorded. 2 balls. Forced many ground outs. And even though he has faced some trouble, he's been able to get out of it. And that's the key if you're Mount Vernon. You don't want to be in the trouble in the first place, but just praising the man on the mound. An overall good performance so far through 3. See what he can do here against the Wolfpack offense in the bottom half of the fourth with Wesley Callaway
Off for the Whitefield Wolfpack,
due up.
Number 15, Wesley Callaway.
And ball, no, excuse me, a strike initiated to Wesley Callaway. Here to start the bottom half of the fourth. Now down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Out one low in the dirt, 1-2. And he went, and the catcher easily was able to just tag him out.
Now batting for Whitefield, number 24, Taylor Craig.
Taylor Craig, the left fielder, number 24, the senior. He struck out in the first. See what he can do here in the second at bat. He takes strike 1. The rain picked up, falling. Oh and 2. If you're the Wolfpack, you got a battle here. The dugout encouraging, trying to bring life to the Wolfpack offensive side of things. And strike 3. Taylor Craig goes down looking.
Now batting for the Wolfpack, number 10, Will Holland.
Holland in the second, had a shot between first and second, recorded for a double. See what he can do here. See if he can start things off in the fourth. Or if the Mustangs and Hudson send things to the fifth real quickly. Swing and a miss. Swinging for his life. Hampton Hudson feeling it out there. Out one. Trickles foul down the third base line. But lives another day. Will Holland does. 0-2. 2 down. Nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Same place. Fouling down the third base line. Swing and a miss. And Hampton Hudson firing up the Mount Vernon dugout. He is fired up just like hot sauce as he has got things rolling. A quick bottom half of the fourth. We head to the fifth. Back-to-back strikeouts by Hudson. Let's see what Robidoux and company can do as we head to the top half of the fifth. The Wolfpack not out of it by any reach. It's just 1-0, but it seems like it's all Mount Vernon here and now.
For Mount Vernon, leading off the top of the fifth inning, number 7, Rigby Anderson.
Rigby Anderson, the 9-hole hitter, the right fielder, stands in to start things off in the fifth. And an approach bunt attempt, pulls it back. The Rigster, Rigby Anderson, struck out in the second. See what he can do here in the fifth. Robidoux, 7 Ks already. Out one low. 2-0. We've told you, when Robidoux throws a couple of balls to start the at-bat, we've seen him struggle. Good pitch right there, clips the outside, but enough in the zone. Ryan McClellan pinpoints it. 2-1. And the count now even at 2 apiece. Got the man to swing and miss. Watch out, that one inside. The count now full for Anderson. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Anderson says hello to Doug.
Next up for the Mustangs is number 11, Nate Thomas.
Nate Thomas and the Mustangs back up to the top of the order. His third time due up. Struck out in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Made his way around. He is the lone run that's come across. And now he's looking to do something promising as he takes strike 1, though, here in the fifth. Woo! That one inside. One and 1 the count. One down. And one man in the box. That's Nate Thomas. He sends one. Is it fair? It is. Taylor Craig having to go all the way back. He finally now throws it in to the cutoff man, the shortstop Nate Jones, but easily. Nate Thomas shows off his dance moves at second base. Landon Bryce, the center fielder, now gets that. Thomas switching gloves, or actually taking it off and just putting on a sliding mitt. There's one down, but a man in scoring position with Landon Bryce, the center fielder, due up. His third time here on this rainy afternoon. He awaits the pitch. Here it is. Out one low. Good stop by McClellan to keep Thomas at second. Bryce was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. See what he can do here with Thomas aboard. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And a balk initiated. Peyton Robidoux. I don't know if he initially... you don't initially mean to balk. I think it's wet out there on the mound, and he potentially slipped and lost his gripping, trying to wipe off some of the dirt. Tough break, though, as now Thomas has moved up 90 feet, stands at third. There's only one out, and Bryce has got a 1-2 count. Out one low, 2-2. Time called, and there will be a courtesy runner. Number 4. And nice pitch. He sends Bryce back to the dugout.
Now batting for Mount Vernon, number 3, Will Flowers.
Hudson Forrest, number 3. The shortstop stands in. Don't have official names and numbers for the courtesy runner over at third, but number 4 in gray slides in safely. There's 2 down. That pitch where Robidoux was able to strike out Bryce, a crucial point in this game. This at bat even more important, and that one popped up, and Figueretti not able to obtain that one as it's out of play. But Robidoux has got Forrest down 0-1 with 2 down. I think the Wolfpack, if you're able to get out of this top half of the inning unfazed, it might bring you some confidence, some power, some energy. And we need that on the offensive side of things. We're only down 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Throwing the high cheddar. Oh and 2. One more needed. Can we get it right here, right now? Robidoux, the pitch. He rung him up. A well-rounded pitch, and he gets some love from the infield and the coaching staff and the dugout. And that's what you love to see from the junior, Peyton Robidoux, robbing men at home plate, striking them out, doing his job. Now he needs the Wolfpack offense to do theirs.
Leading off for Whitefield, number 27, Thomas Figueretti.
2 up for the Wolfpack in this inning. The 7, 8, 9, Thomas Figueretti, Jake Oisbe, and John Durden. The Figinator, a Samford-bound boy, up to bat. That one fouled off and out of play. Did he go? He did. Now down 0-2. That's a tough one for Figueretti to start the bottom half of the 5th. Has got one more. Can he survive? Or will he go down? That one sent straight to the shortstop on the ground. The throw over and in time. One down. It's too easy for the Mustang infield.
Number 4, Jake Oisbe.
Jake Oisbe, the second baseman, gets his shot. The mariachi band, for the first time this afternoon, continues to blare. Good take right there. 1-0 the count. That one sent right to the third baseman. 2 down.
Now batting for Whitefield, number 12, John Durden.
John Durden, the 9-hole hitter, grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd. See what he can do here in the 5th. Good take as he takes ball 1. You know, it just appears that, like, the Wolfpack, they've had opportunities, but, you know, it's just been ground out here and there, or just a straight shot for an out, you know, in the infield. They've had a couple of, you know, opportunities with balls to drop with base runners, but just the moral of the story in my eyes is they've just have not been able to capitalize. And capitalize is the key to finish. And there's a couple more innings, and we're only down 1, but I feel like it has to start now, or at least sooner rather than later, because eventually time will run out. That one low. Scoreboard reads deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. For number 12 in the box. Can you start a 2-out rally? Because the man on deck is who you want. The top of the order, Wyman Shaheen. He looks at ball 3 down at his feet. He's not swinging. A count now full. That one popped up, out of play, lives another day. Look at that rhyming. And good take right there by Durden. There's ball 4, low and away.
Back number 7, Wyman Shaheen.
So a man's aboard. That's what you got to do to start. Can Wyman Shaheen, the leadoff man, start things off and truly start a 2-out rally? Much needed. Also, the 9-hole hitter, who's on first with the short lead after the walk. He's a speedster, just like the man up to bat. I wouldn't be surprised if you try to advance them 90 feet. There's a strike. Hudson now ahead in the count, 0-2, 2 down. Runner on the move. Can he get there? And that is poor base running from the sophomore, John Durden. We had him on the hook. He was safe at second if he just stayed. And Wyman Shaheen, he was able to beat the bag at first. But Durden careless on the base path. Tried to go to the third. And the third baseman for the Mustangs, Nate Thomas, met him right there. That's the end of the fifth. We head to the sixth. Mike Shaheen, the umpires, Justin Kruger out there as well, conversing, determining whether they might be able to finish this game or not. Wolfpack. Funny story. Installed lights, no electricity though. Gotta have electricity for lights to work. It's called magic. Now Mount Vernon's head coach goes out to converse. Jeremy Beckham, Mike Shaheen, home plate umpire, talking things out, trying to find the best thing possible, see if they can finish this game or they're going to call it. I know Mike, if he can, wants to try to finish this one. And that'll be the end of the afternoon for the robber, Peyton Robidoux. He played well through 5. The new man on the mound, the senior, Thomas Figueretti, coming into relief.
Now in to pitch for Whitefield, number 27, Thomas Figueretti.
Figueretti will take his warm-up pitches. Well, let's go back to Robidoux for a hot minute. He did well through 5. The man. He robbed Mount Vernon, even though one run has come across. 10 Ks on the afternoon, lighting it up. Came in clutch at times and has done great things. Now he hands the torch off to the reliable relief man, Thomas Figueretti. The man on the mound, a senior, the North Carolina basketball enthusiast. You don't want to put him and Nate Jones in the same room. That's not going to work out. And folks, actually, that'll be your ball game. Due to weather conditionings and darkness, we're not going to finish this one. We only got through 5. Mount Vernon comes out victorious here this afternoon. And your final score is 1-0. tough one for the Wolfpack as they now fall to 7-6 and 4-2 in region play. Where on the other side, the Mustangs, the visitors, continue in the right direction. And that right direction is in the win column. They're now 500 at 5-5 and advanced to 4-1. That'll be your ball game on this glorious but gloomy and rainy Friday afternoon. Hope everyone has a good weekend. I'm Jack Cunningham saying good night, have a good weekend, and thank you for supporting Whitefield Athletics.